Ever wondered about the story behind a somewhat crazy gingerbread man from Adventure Time, covered in smeared frosting and carrying a chicken and a squirrel? Well, welcome to the life of the Tart Toter, a character as strange as he is captivating. Once a proud servant in the Candy Kingdom, delivering royal tarts, he's now seen as a character of mystery and fear due to his decline. But is there more to him than just madness and lost glory? He once said,
"This cosmic dance of bursting decadence and withheld permissions twists all our arms collectively, but
what does this odd speech really mean? Well, in this video, we'll explore not just Tart Toter's unique look or his compelling backstory, but we're gonna dive into the true meaning behind his words, his potential critique of the Candy Kingdom, and the deeper meanings hidden in his ramblings. We're not just talking about an Adventure Time character today, we're exploring what Tart Toter tells us about the entire Adventure Time universe. But first, if you're new here or just like Adventure Time, please subscribe. It really helps me out, and it's free. But let's get back into it. Remember the Tart Toter? This sugar-dusted legend used to be a big shot candy person. His mission? To shuttle the royal tarts to the back-rubbing ceremony at the Royal Congressional Hall. This gig wasn't just for the paycheck, oh no. It's a tradition that's the cherry on top of Princess Bubblegum's reign, overflowing with pomp and pageantry. But all that glitters isn't gold, and when our Tart Toter started to go a bit nuts, they had to find a fresh pair of hands. Now who better than Cinnamon Bun? Well, as it turns out, anyone, because Princess Bubblegum called them half-baked. Ouch. Who'd they choose instead? Our duo Finn and Jake. The old Tart Toter wasn't about to fade into the shadows though. Nope. He popped up at the ceremony, scaring the sprinkles out of the candy people. Why'd they freeze? Well, rumor has it he only detects movement. His speech? As cryptic as a crossword puzzle, but oh so poetic, leaving everyone scratching their heads.
this cosmic dance of bursting decadence and withheld permissions twists all our arms collectively, but if sweetness can win, and it can, then I'll still be here tomorrow to high-five you yesterday, my friend. Peace.
Now picture this, a hulking gingerbread man, a few buttons short of a full batch, marked by the wild winds of insanity. His teeth gone, his once gorgeous frosting smeared and vanished like last year's Christmas cake. His medals missing or mangled, bite marks, all self-inflicted, scatter across his body like a madman's map. And he's got company, a chicken and a squirrel. When he talks, it's a frosting fountain, folks. The Tart Toter's encore performances in Holly Jolly Secrets Part 2 and Princess Cookie only make him more fascinating, and that Elizabethan collar and Princess Cookie? Not just a fashion statement, people. It's to stop him from taking a chomp out of himself. But do you know what the most mind-boggling part of Tart Toter's shtick is? His monologue. Most folks see it as a pretty bold face-off with the philosophies that drive the Candy Kingdom. We'll get our scalpel out and go all mad scientist on that monologue in a jiffy. But for now, let's just nod knowingly and agree that Tart Toter might be packing more smarts than we'd initially give him credit for. But now it's time to get down and dirty with Tart Toter's epic ramble. The speech may sound like lyrics of a weird indie band, but man, it's chock full of significance. It's like Tart Toter's got his own special magnifying glass on the episode's big ideas and all the quirky philosophies that get our world turning. So we kick off with the
This cosmic dance of bursting decadence.
kinda sounds like the title of a trippy art house film, right? But hang on, let's take this fancy metaphorical sandwich apart. Bursting decadence? That's all about the back-rubbing ceremony. This epic party in the episode is like Mardi Gras on Sugar Rush. All flash, overindulgence, and glitter explosions. Hence our bursting decadence. Now let's tackle those withheld permissions. This is the sneaky stuff. The rules and secrets that our episode's characters gotta play by, even when they're left scratching their heads, wondering why. Take Finn and Jake, our main dudes. They're handed the job of tart bodyguards, but are left clueless about the real deal and don't even get a bite of those tantalizing tarts. Same goes for the tart thieves, who can't even score the crumbs. Even Princess Bubblegum has to spin a yarn to our heroes to keep the show on the road. It's like they're all playing a game without knowing the rules, hence those pesky withheld permissions. But wait, there's more. Some people think that the Tart Totering's monologue isn't just rambling about the episode, but it's also a cheeky nudge and wink at society at large. The cosmic dance? It could be a big fat metaphor for societal norms and traditions, especially those of the Richie Riches of our world. The arm twisting? It's about those pesky pressures to fit in, kind of like how Finn and Jake are stuck to their tart protecting duties. It's about how we, as humble humans, often find ourselves hemmed in by what society expects of us. But don't start playing the world's smallest violin just yet. Tart Toter drops a little sunshine into the mix with,
If sweetness can win, and it can.
here, sweetness is all about good vibes, being real, and going with your heart. It's a big thumbs up to ditch the fake stuff and societal pressures and let our true colors burst through like a firework. And for the finale,
Then I'll still be here tomorrow to high-five you yesterday, my friend.
This brain teaser of a sentence is his pledge that he's sticking to his guns about a better tomorrow, a future where sweetness gets the trophy. He's basically promising to be around to give a celebratory fist bump to the progress and growth everyone makes. So what's the juice? Tart Toter's speech is a big, fat raspberry to societal norms and a cheerleading routine to break free from the shackles. But most importantly, it's a pat on the back, reminding us that in the grand circus of life, it's our real deal kindness that ends up stealing the show. But that's not all. We're about to dive headfirst into the wacky world of Tart Toter theorizing. The Tart Toter could act as a symbol of rebellion. Throughout the entire episode, he behaves quite differently from other characters. His refusal to conform to societal norms and his puzzling speech could hint at him being a symbol of rebellion. In a world where everyone else is following the rules, whether it's the rich indulging in decadent ceremonies, or Finn and Jake working hard to safeguard the tarts, the Tart Toter questions these norms. His optimistic ending, believing that sweetness or genuine kindness can triumph, this suggests that Tart Toter might be urging us to reconsider and resist societal pressures that force conformity. The tarts act as a metaphor for desire. Now consider the tarts. These coveted pastries are guarded and desired by many, yet only a select few can actually enjoy them. It's a perfect metaphor for desire and the chase of worldly pleasures. The fact that Finn and Jake and even the tart thieves are denied these tarts represent the harsh reality of unequal distribution of resources in society. But remember when Tart Toter states,
"If sweetness can win."
Maybe it's not about chasing the physical sweetness of the tarts. Perhaps it's about finding contentment in sweetness, in its other forms, love, kindness, or genuine connection that's more fulfilling than any other worldly pleasure. Now this last one is the most far-fetched out there, but his story could act as time perception and personal growth. And this comes from the Tart Toter's phrase,
"Then I'll still be here tomorrow to high-five you yesterday, my friend."
It's a complex phrase, suggesting a non-linear perception of time. Perhaps it indicates that our past, present, and future selves are interconnected. In a sense, the Tart Toter could be encouraging personal growth by telling his audience that their future selves will look back and appreciate their past efforts towards becoming a better individual. It implies that change takes time, and the rewards of personal growth may not be immediately apparent, but will be recognized in the tomorrow, making the journey worthwhile. These theories provide some interesting angles to the Tart Toter's monologue, and while they may not provide definite answers, they surely enrich our understanding and appreciation of this intricate speech. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Aren't you reading a bit much into this? It's just a cartoon after all. And you know what? That's a fair point. Adventure Time is full of zany humor and off-the-wall moments.
Peace.
Sheesh. The Tart Toter's monologue could just be another one of those, a quirky piece of randomness that's meant to get a laugh. And then there's the argument that I might be stretching the societal interpretation a bit thin. Some of you might be saying, hey, it's just the ramblings of an old guy caring about some tarts. Doesn't have to have a deep commentary on society. And you know what? That's entirely possible. Maybe the Tart Toter speech doesn't have a deeper meaning at all. There's also a notion that we might be overplaying the idea of personal growth. Maybe when the Tart Toter talks about high-fiving you yesterday, it's not some profound wisdom about personal growth. Maybe it's just some weird time talk from a guy who's a little out of it. But here's the thing, while these counter-arguments make sense and they're definitely worth considering, I think the analysis shows that there could be more to the Tart Toter's monologue. Even stepping back and looking at Adventure Time as a whole, there are so many episodes that have so many more different meanings, some that even directly relate to real life, even if the creators didn't intentionally plant these meanings. The fact that we can find them and talk about them makes Adventure Time an even more enriching show to watch. We've seen how Adventure Time masterfully navigates profound philosophical ideas through its colorful and fantastical narrative, but the story isn't over yet. In fact, we're on the brink of an entirely new adventure. So, we all know at this point the new Fionna and Cake series is coming out, and I'm so excited, but might the wisdom from our epic back-rubbing ceremony and our Tart Toter's mind-bending monologue have a look in here? Picture this, Fionna and Cake brandishing the piece of truth that sweetness can conquer all, going full-on rebel against their world status quo. Could they sniff out the stinky lies and spark some major changes in their universe? Don't even get me started on a potential cameo from the legendary Tart Toter, or whatever the gender-bent name would be for the Tart Toter. With the shiny new show and a bunch of fresh faces, we might even score another puzzling, philosophy-packed performance. Don't worry if the show does come out and the Tart Toter does in fact make an appearance, I'll be right on it. But now it's your turn. What are your theories? Do you agree with some of the stuff that I pointed out in the Tart Toter speech? Am I reaching? Did I miss something? What are you looking forward to in the new upcoming Fionna and Cake series? Drop a comment below and tell me. Remember to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed and subscribe for more Adventure Time content. But as always, my friends, stay adventurous.